everyone. Welcome to another episode of Dr. Arlene and Maudy. My name is Dr. Arlene Diamco, also known as the MultiDimensional MD, and I'm an integrative physician, a pediatrician, and a cranial osteopath. And my mission is to help wake up medicine and bring spirit back because it was never meant to be separated in the first place. I'm here with my friend, Maudy Fowler, who is a mystic and angel messenger, as well as an award-winning international author and inspirational speaker. Her book, Heavenly Messages, co-authored with Gail Hunt, won the prestigious Best Inspirational International Book of 2008 in Europe over fellow nominees Dr. Wayne Dyer and Deepak Chopra. We've come together for our show, Dr. Arlene and Maudy, to help uplift your hearts and bring clarity during these chaotic times. Today, we're going to talk about how to handle anxiety because there's a pandemic of anxiety going around right now. From COVID, many people crossing over, racist attacks, kids being out of school, environmental crises, financial worries, you name it. Stress levels are up, triggering ongoing anxiety. Minds are racing, worrying about the future, afraid of things that may or may not happen. So what do we do about all of this anxiety? Before I turn it over to you, Maudy, I want to let people know that stress and anxiety can be a normal response. Stress is how you respond to a stressful situation. It's your physical reaction and also what you do about it and how your thoughts run. And anxiety is that internal worry that can continue even if the stressful situation resolves. And nowadays, it's all getting mixed up because of the multiple ongoing global crises. So we're seeing this blend of like ongoing stress and anxiety in people. And I know, Maudy, you have seen the same thing and people that you talk to. What has been going on in your world and what you've been seeing and witnessing?
And yes, thank you, Dr. Arlene. Oh my gosh, when you asked me that, I don't know where to start. It was an intense and hectic week. First of all, I want to welcome you all to Dr. Arlene's show and for me to be here as a moment with Maudy. So thank you for tuning in, and we welcome you to listen in because this can actually be something that you identify yourself with this topic and how to handle that and how to let go with a lot of things. Going back to this whole week, again, last week was courage. And so with this, the anxiety, yes, people are so fearful. People are looking into, yes, we're back from vacation and nothing's happening. Mask on, mask off. Do I need to do this? Do I need to do that? And what if? But, so in reference to all of these questions and conversations, I think with you moving forward, again, the best way is to turn to prayer. Prayer. And then listen to this, okay? And anxiety is fear. Fear is created by the self, but also other people.
Mm-hmm.
Listening into the news, listening into the situations from people around you, then it makes you, like Dr. Arlene, you mentioned it already, stressed and frustrated. So talking to you at home, talking to you who are listening in, anxiety is today, to live in this moment is to let go and let God, because an anxiety is being afraid of what if, but tomorrow. And many people, yesterday is gone, people. Today we have to live in the moment and make plans for tomorrow. If things change tomorrow, then here it is. Face it and embrace it. Cross that bridge when you get there. Because to worry about things that are not happening yet, to worry about things that didn't happen, is waste of time. So what happens, and Dr. Arlene, you know it, and back in your corner a bit, because I want to see what people can think about when you share it with your patients. Also, anxiety is when you are living in the moment and you have that anxiety, it actually disappears when you again live in that moment, because an anxiety is fear build up. What? Actually nothing. And that can be the wear and tear. Taking it further, escalation. Remember, everything is escalation. So wear and tear can actually be affecting your mind, your body, and everybody around you. Because then that energy you automatically project upon to others. Maybe your children, and children are very sensitive. They pick on mom or dad, on anybody around you, and they get very hyper. So see what that escalation is? When you stay calm and focus in the moment and focus in today and just again pray. I always rhyme for people to grab hold of what clicks that sticks, remember? Okay, so when that happens for yourself, you will see the clarity of mind when you are calm within yourself. There's nothing more beautiful when you'll have peace of mind, because when you have peace of mind, you'll have time to embrace the moment and the day. So how did you experience this with your patients, Dr. Arlene?
Well, I was just talking to one of my patients who's also a friend of mine the other day. And I want to share with you just like some of my experience too when my dad crossed over, because this really helped me. And exactly what you said, Maudy, what that fear, anxiety is this fear of living. And when my dad crossed over, of course, it was a really difficult and intense time, but I can feel his presence still. And what I feel is this really blissful, joyful, peaceful, loving being. And it's him, it's like his full essence without any of the frustration, without any of the worry, without any of the just grief that he was holding on to. And just with so many things going on, we're in the middle of the pandemic, other friends had crossed over. But to feel that essence of somebody without any stress or anxiety is such a beautiful thing. And in feeling that, it really made me less afraid of living. And it's part of why, I continue to show up here with all of you today, because I want to be here, and I'm no longer afraid to like share more of myself and these experiences that I have. And we all have that in us. Like each one of us has this essence within us that is just so pure without the stress and anxiety. And we don't have to wait to feel that. We can feel that now. We can live that now. And you do that by bringing yourself and being more fully present, despite everything going on, because it's this trust in this divine, this oneness, something greater in the universe that's taking care of us. And when you really feel that and you really know that you're a part of that, then you will live more unapologetically, like without fear. You will bring your true essence, which is what we're meant to do. We're meant to live and bring our gifts out into the world, not be hiding them. And every single person has a talent, has a gift, and they're all different. Some people are better at athletic things. Other people are better at like thinking things, and you name it, musical things. So it's your unique fabric, your uniqueness that you bring. That is your gift, and only you can bring that. And imagine in this fabric of the universe that is your whole job, to be that beautiful thread, that unique thread that only you can bring. So this is what I was talking about this week with my patients. And even in the difficulty of my dad passing, this is the joy that I feel in it, that he gave me this gift of not being afraid of living. And we can all do that, all bring our essences into the world like that. What about you, Maudy? Can you hear me?
I couldn't hear you. I think we have a problem right
The
now,
connection is glitching a little bit.
but if you all can add, don't see move, so it's probably
I can
okay. So
hear you. There
Dr.
you are.
Arlene can hear me, and you can identify yourself with this. That, okay, so like I said, Dr. Ellie mentioned about your father and how you feel, now he crossed over. For you all at home, when you can identify yourself with what Dr. Arlene shared with you all at home, it's your family in heaven, your loved ones in heaven, again, with God's approval, can be in touch with you, can give you that peace of mind, because there's nothing more beautiful to have that peace of mind that makes you relax, makes you calm, makes you feel like, okay, there's nothing I can do. So an anxiety, is not there. And again, anxiety will disappear. You see, and with all the quotes and sayings, just doing a little bit of promotion here. I have this poet book, and you can obtain that through our website and also through our Maudy Following Gail Hunt official page, Facebook. It's called A Love from Above. All of these quotes are here to help you with your anxiety, with the things that you are facing and embracing. So when you turn to faith, your fear will disappear. But when you turn to faith, you patiently wait, because all of your prayers have been heard in heaven. The only thing is to stay calm and have the peace of mind, is then when you have that clarity of mind to listen in to their messages that makes you calm and help you with your anxiety, with your fear for tomorrow. And again, when you live in the moment, tomorrow's not here yet. We have to be grateful every morning. I am, that I'm waking up. I can embrace my pets. I can embrace all of you and navigate you and give you guidance and give you light and help you through the most difficult times of your moments. So that's why I'm so grateful to be on the Moment Show, to embrace you all in this most difficult time. Because again, when you let go, learn to let go and let God. Yeah, I can hear you say whole week, last week, until Wednesday today is probably for me 1.5 whole week. It's kind of like, Maudy, that's easy to say, but how do you do it? This is how you do it. I can hear that song. Remember the song? This is how you do it. Well, there you go. This is how you do it. Is learn to let go of God. Take that song in mind. You're going to do it. You're going to practice the prayer of love, the prayer of having your peace of mind, because your loved ones, and yes, when I get in cross your path, then of course I can be your link and let you know that they've heard you, and that let you know your thoughts, your mind, so you will be at peace and at ease. Remember, that's how we actually move forward. So having that said, there's so many things that Dr. Arlene and I exchange thoughts with, and I love exchanging thoughts with you, Dr. Arlene, to see how we can help people embrace and face their crossroads and their standstills, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And what I've noticed in people is that there can be like some people are fully aware of their worry and their thoughts. And I also see another kind of person, and it can be like a blend of this too, where they're actually not as aware that they're worried about things, but tend to compartmentalize it and kind of like push it in the back of them. So it's not as apparent. So some people, it's like they wear their emotions on their sleeve, and some people, it's like kind of like they stick it in the back. So if you are the type of person that just like, okay, your emotions are like up front and everything's kind of like overwhelming, the bucket is spilling over, then what you could do is something we call a brain dump, where you could just write it out, everything that you are thinking and feeling, just write, stream of consciousness, get it all out. And because you need to give all of this expression some kind of healthy outlet. And then after you've gotten it all out, then you can just hand it over to that trust, that huge well of trust in the divine, that, okay, I've gotten it all out and it is taken care of. It doesn't mean that you don't take any steps. It doesn't mean that you're sitting on the couch waiting for things to happen, but that you still have patience and you patiently do what you need to do to address things with the help of the universe, with the help of God, that you are not alone in doing this. Now, if you are the kind of person that tends to compartmentalize and kind of stick it behind you, and people cannot see this worry, and maybe you're not even aware that you're worried about things or have any anxiety, but maybe you have some physical symptoms. So things are popping up. It could be like a rash or headache or like shoulder tension, neck tension, digestive issues. But, if you were to talk about it, you're like, oh no, I'm not worried about everything because everything's okay. Well, you can still have some hidden worries and anxiety, and this is okay. This is totally normal. And your body's symptoms are often your body's way of kind of to handle it, to help you compartmentalize. But then what I want you to do, and you can do this even if you are the one that wears emotions sleep, what I want you to do is have a conversation with your body. So to just, with a gentle focus, nothing forced, to just ask the question to your body. If you're having any symptoms, you can direct it to that area of the body and ask your body, do you have a message for me? And whatever message that is going to be loving and supportive. So just wait and listen to what your body has to say. It usually wants you to be aware of something, and even if it's your body says like, hey, I'm worried about this, and the mind says, no, I'm over that, that's okay. What you want to do is to be able to align it, because if the body is feeling one thing and the mind is thinking another, see, we feel not whole because it's not balanced. So you want to ask your mind, can you listen to the body, whatever it has to say, so that you can bring it closer together into balance. And this is such a neat exercise. And then as you do that, then again, give it a creative outlet as you hear these messages and listen to them. Express it somehow. So that could be in any of the arts, and dancing it out and writing it out and singing it out, whatever feels good to you. So, but those are healthy ways to address anxiety and stress. And this is whether or not they are like the apparent anxiety or the hidden anxiety. So this is a great exercise for anyone to do. And I think it's great, to talk about with your kids too, because do it first for yourself so you know what it's like, and then talk to your kids and empower them to be able to talk to their body, that they can talk to their body and they can communicate with their body and listen to it, and then be able to shift things in it. Such a neat thing to do. What about you, Maudy?
I love it, Dr. Arlene, because you give, I love anxiety in a very simple and practical way. It's exactly with the patterns. You need to practice your own self to see how you can move forward with a different pattern, because everything in your life is a pattern. You create it, I say, and you date it, so to speak. So it's all happening in your mind. And when your mind, and you're so right, you need to make just and be aware, and that is the self-consciousness. which is hard when people face the
Mhm.
hectic situation in life where automatically, boom, you're not thinking. That not thinking process where you immediately shift again back to the familiar pattern, the anxiety, which leads you to worries, which leads you to stress, frustration, and that whole cycle and circle goes on. So in reference with the how-to list in which you shared, Dr. Arlene, I think that is very, very helpful for you all at home to see how you can help you manifest that for yourself. And that takes you, when you have a hectic life with children, with people around you, with doing this, that, and the other, make that
Mhm.
time for yourself. And breakaway, whether it's a walk to a store, whether it's a walk, in the park, where it's a walk from here to the mailbox. I'm looking at my mailbox, which is way out there. So that gives you that moment to think and rethink, okay? To look at the sky and say, okay, Lord, I'm facing my crossroads and my standstills. I'm facing the hardship and facing off that. When you have that, just know that your thoughts are already connected to heaven. See, I love it when Dr. Arlene gives it from a point of view and perspective in caring and sharing with the patients. For our world, it's actually similar,
Mhm.
but different thoughts. Hear you, heaven can hear you. Immediate solutions aren't. So for yourself, because we are human, we don't live in the zone of no time zone, and that's heaven, because heaven doesn't have no time. Time does not exist. So for that matter, we have to wait, and we can set the clock forward and backward. But here
Mhm.
to see how we can actually help ourselves with doing things different and change your pattern and see that you are aware, find and have when you have that life, and when you have the situations like I'm facing so many people, of course now with COVID, with going around with an anxiety of how and what and if, and so automatically you'll be thrown into it. And then we face, of course, after the still a little bit of summer, but when we face the fall, for you all, just being a step ahead, it's always fall back. So when an anxiety hits you, learn this, like God, practice faith, learn to go like God, because we always count on God, but He just wants to count on you too. So for that matter, just do what you need to do. And with the practicing of Dr. Arlene's whole list, how to list, when an anxiety hits you and it's already there, then see if you can apply that. Reel it back again. What did Maudy say again? How do you have to want to? You have to really want to and have love for you and have that respect for you. Okay, because it can be your wear and tear. It can be something that actually be going into the body tissue, like you said, Dr. Lean. It is all kind of like similar. So what I'm saying is that many things, have to be time for you. You have to be calm at some moment, at one point, and then how you can handle, the anxiety. Again, anxiety is fear build up and waste of time because nothing happened. And then when things are happening, just pray, because there's a and an answer. And your answer once in heaven work. And before I turn it over to you, I can look at the time. I just want to put in a poem, and you can check that on our Facebook. And then I'll turn it over to Dr. Arlene. It says, "Let go and let God." So if you can always look back at YouTube and replay this. So it says, "An worries, care and tear. Live in the moment and cross that bridge when you get there." Because anxiety and worry is wasted energy. In what? You don't see. It means to give your worries to God. So please, again, it means a lot to give your worries to God. He will always put his arm on you with everything you're going through. Just pray and learn, because God knows your concern. So having that said, yes, Dr. Arlene.
I like what you said, Maudy, when you said you created it and dated it. And this is the thing, it's like you're not going to be given anything in life that you cannot handle. And it feels like it sometimes. Sure, there can be so many big things and terrible things that happen, so it can feel like it, but there is always a way. And that way is trusting and in God, in this universal oneness, that you can handle it, that you can shift your perspective in a way. You just take step by step, because all you have to do is to take it moment by moment. You don't have to go way far in the future. You just take it where you are right here. And that takes a certain amount of vulnerability. And so what you said, that create it and date it, it's if you didn't allow yourself that precious vulnerability to experience the moment, to process it fully, it's hard. It's hard to experience things that are really intense. So that's why it can come out bit by bit. But in this way, to allow yourself to experience some vulnerability. And so what that can do is to just help melt this heart shield so that you can share more of yourself, and you can also receive more love from yourself and from everyone else, from the world. Because again, step by step is just shifting that perspective and seeing that, yes, you have enough love in you to handle this. You have enough love for other people to handle them too. You have enough love and trust in God and the universe to be able to get through anything that you are going through. There is a way, no matter how hard it feels. So thank you so much for joining us. If you have not already, please like and subscribe. We always love to hear where you're coming from, and I love that people are able to attend live as well. Maudy and I are going to get together again on Wednesday, August 18th. I'm going to be talking about the healing power of love and faith. And I love these deep conversations. They can get like philosophical with Maudy, but really it's to dive into spirit and to know that we have this infinite power within us of that trust, of love, and so much wisdom if we allow ourselves to be in it. So thank you again. Lots of love to all of you. Thanks again for joining us. Another moment with Dr. Arlene and Maudy. And we'll see you next time.